Sonny Hostin never stops ripping on the cops. View co-host Sonny Hostin says she introduced her son to the police ahead of time so they don't harass him for jogging in her all-white neighborhood. Roll it, Elvis.
As a mother of Black children, I know that Black boys are not given the presumption of innocence and the presumption of youth. I have had to be in the position where I have gone to my local police department because I know my son is going to be training for the Junior Olympics, running around the neighborhood in an all-white neighborhood, and I have brought him to the police and said, he belongs to me. This is my son. Do not harass him. Do not stop him.
Amazing. A typical Democrat moving to an all-white neighborhood, then bitching about racism. Hey, lady, there's a reason you live in that all-white neighborhood. You picked the safest place for you and your family. Now you're ragging on the cops. If you want to relocate to the south side of Chicago, it's a buyer's market. Sadly there, your son will train by running from gunfire and not from the cops.
Tyrus did something nobody saw coming. The tension kicked in the moment his remarks hit the View. Whoopi Goldberg couldn't shake it off. It landed like a sudden jolt at a carefully balanced table. Emotions froze. Coffee cups seemed to tremble. And the room fell into an uneasy silence. Within seconds the atmosphere shifted from calm to stunned, broken only by nervous laughter. His words were sharp and Whoopi's reaction said it all. This wasn't just surprising. It mixed humor with controversy in a way that caught everyone off guard. Did Tyrus really shake everything up with one unexpected moment? If you're enjoying this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It started like any other morning on The View. Voices overlapped, mugs clinked, and the set carried its usual rhythm. Yet something felt off. Whoopi looked like someone who had seen every possible on-air twist, maybe more than once. The tension was there even before things fully got going. Then like a sudden jolt through the studio, Tyrus entered the discussion, not in person, but through a single remark that cut straight through pride, strong opinions, and fragile egos.
You train for the Junior Olympics, don't you run on like a track?
Do you know what? I gotta tell you,
neighborhood?
this story should have been the lead. Yeah. I'm thinking about it, all the things that we're talking about. It has everything. It's like a freaking hoax. She just lies.
It seems like a lie.
Smollett classic.
Yes, this is a Smollett number 9. She got it off the menu. It's amazing. I might have to talk about this all day tomorrow.
He didn't raise his voice or put on a show. Tyrus spoke with calm control, measured and steady. His words moved through the noise effortlessly. Each line carried a quiet confidence that said nothing could shake him. That composure alone shifted the entire mood. Tyrus wasn't chasing drama. He redirected it right back at everyone else. It was subtle, precise, and powerful, hitting far harder than anyone expected.
She is feeling guilty about being a successful Black lady who lives with white people, so she has to play.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Successful slave-owning Black woman. Get it right.
Yeah, slave-owned. Her ancestors owned slaves. So she has to play up this, like, I am a target of oppression, so she can remain on a credentialed level with other Blacks.
No, stop it, Greg. She was lying through her teeth. She's full of. The cops are just in a group sitting around drinking coffee. Hey, police, this is my kid. You see him running around, you leave him alone, or you got to deal with me. And they're like, oh, it's Sonny. Yes, ma'am. And then the one cop was like, nah. And they're like, put it away. Put the baton away, Johnson.
And the reaction unfolded just as he expected, building like a lingering thought that wouldn't fade. The show, known for its constant interruptions, clashes, and dramatic breaking news that rarely changes anything, slipped right into its usual pattern. What should feel like a discussion often turns into an emotional clash, high energy but little direction. It carries the intensity of a wrestling match, only with coffee mugs and no clear outcome. In the end, it's the same loud, chaotic routine every time.
That's not what I read. The true sign of the apocalypse is someone that dumb has a law degree. Worse, if your name has the word son in it, there's no excuse for not knowing how an eclipse works. But it's no surprise that Joy is the one who understands science. She's been on the science diet for years.
No, nothing really comes to mind. I was like, shing. Listen, they're bitter, they're angry, they're entitled. They also should be. This should have been a reset for everyone who pushed lies and misinformation for the last. They called him Hitler. They call these things. America rejected them. And instead of coming back and saying, we lied, They instead are now doubling down. So let her keep doing it, because if she keeps that up, we're going to keep getting the Senate and probably the House and the White House, because people see right through your lies. So keep doing what you're doing. Game ball to Sunday.
Then there's Whoopi, the steady presence in the middle of the chaos. She stays composed until someone pushes back. In that moment the calm fades, replaced by a sharp wave of disapproval on live television. Everyone knows her signature glare can silence a room in an instant, colder than a sudden blackout. At its best it's powerful, unmistakable, and purely Whoopi.
Hostin's obsession with race gets thrown back in her face. Today's video comes to us from sunny Hostin. Sounds like a town. We're in sunny Hostin. She was on PBS's Finding Your Roots, a show dedicated to researching celebrity ancestry. For context, Sunny is a staunch supporter of reparations and has made a fortune spewing nonsense about white privilege and racial justice. Well, turns out she's not as oppressed as she claims she is. She's actually the descendant of slave owners.
Tyrus saw straight through it all, wearing that calm, confident grin. Even before the moment unfolded, he spoke as if he already knew how it would play out. He pointed out how The View often talks about unity while splitting the audience in seconds. His words were simple, direct, and sharp. No one on set seemed ready for that kind of reality check.
Sure, all that, and the price of butter. Sunny gets the game ball. If it wasn't for her, asking that question, it might have been a closer election. But when oh no, nothing really comes to mind, I was like, cha-ching. Listen, they're bitter, they're angry, they're entitled. They also should be. This should have been a reset for everyone who pushed lies and misinformation for the last. They call them Hitler, they call these things. America rejected them. And instead of coming back and saying, we lied, they instead are now double.
His delivery made all the difference. No shouting, no dramatic gestures, just controlled, precise humor. While the panel often presents itself as a source of modern wisdom, Tyrus treated their seriousness like a performance that was quietly falling apart. Tyrus questioned what truly counts as meaningful conversation, exposing how the show's dialogue only works when everyone agrees. His calm, direct voice carried more weight than shouting, unsettling the hosts. One quiet remark sparked more reaction than a full season of debates, leaving Whoopi clearly displeased.
Wow. I'm a little bit in shock. I just always thought of myself as Puerto Rican, half Puerto Rican. I didn't think I was, my family was originally from Spain and slaveholders.
Yeah. So how are you feeling, my friend?
I think it's actually pretty interesting that my husband and I have shared roots.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate.
Tyrus carried the calm confidence of someone who has seen every tactic and refuses to get pulled into chaos. His presence said it all. You can't shake me. I left that circus behind long ago. That alone pushed Whoopi to her limit. She clung to authority mixed with disbelief, as if wondering why her usual points no longer landed. What set Tyrus apart was control. No mocking, no raised voice, just direct, steady honesty. He handled the room's energy like a balloon ready to burst. And with one sharp remark, everything seemed to collapse. Comparing the show to brunch philosophers, he highlighted how they parrot trending ideas instead of offering real insight, a critique of constant debate over minor topics dressed as meaningful analysis. As he continued, the message sharpened. This wasn't just humor. It exposed an echo chamber disguised as fairness and empowerment. Whoopi naturally took it personally. Yet Tyrus wasn't targeting her alone. He called out the entire format. In a room where loud voices often masquerade as wisdom, he proved that true influence doesn't need noise.
Their brains are small. But who's the dumbest one of all? True, none of them are in Mensa, but who's the most densa? Perhaps it's Sunny who mastered the art of making idiots look smart. Now The View could ask a mirror who's the dumbest one of all, but there's no way that glass doesn't shatter. So instead, let's check out this clip from Monday's episode of The View when the ladies put their science caps on and discuss the solar eclipse.
The internet erupted instantly. Some claimed Tyrus went too far. Others cheered him for voicing what most only whisper. And here's the twist. Without even trying, the show validated his point on live television. The next day, the panel slipped into victim mode, twisting criticism into a dramatic storyline. Their logic stretched to the breaking point, calling chaos organized discourse, like suggesting a cat run for office. Funny but absurd. Tyrus knew exactly what he was doing. He paused, letting quiet statements serve as breadcrumbs while their reactions revealed everything. Whoopi's attempt to uphold her mantra of owing nothing to anyone was shredded online. Every sigh, gesture, and pause dissected frame by frame. The irony is The View loves speaking truth but flinches when it's aimed right back at them. Genuine confidence, as Tyrus showed, needs no applause. It doesn't waver. His calm, cutting sarcasm struck harder than any shouted argument ever could.
Oh no, nothing really comes to mind. I was like, cha-ching. Listen, they're bitter, they're angry, they're entitled. They also should be. This should have been a reset for everyone who pushed lies and misinformation for the last. They called him Hitler, they call these things. America rejected them. And instead of coming back and saying, we lied, they instead are now doubling down. So let her keep doing it, because if she keeps that up, we're going to keep getting the Senate and probably the House and the White House, because people see right through your lies. So keep doing what you're doing. Game ball.
You could almost feel the collective gasp. Suddenly, the Emperor had no clothes. Whoopi reacted like a seasoned performer. A long sigh, a slow tilt of the head, and that familiar "here we go again" buried just beneath the surface. Frustration burned. When challenged, they handled it with unexpected grace. Tyrus's restraint made every critique sting harder. He didn't chase attention. He let the truth do the heavy lifting. Each quiet remark landed like a shockwave, precise, steady, impossible to ignore. Their chatter faltered. Their laughter felt staged. Tyrus achieved the unimaginable, making The View seem small without raising his voice. With sly humor, he joked that the show's crowning achievement was turning daytime TV into jury duty. Fake, repetitive conversation that never ends. No names needed. The point was crystal clear. Soon Whoopi's eye rolls and Tyrus's calm grin were circulating all over the internet. A perfect snapshot of chaos unfolding live.
It's not even that. And The View, you don't need to find Trumpers. You need to fire your race baiters.
Yeah.
You need to fire the two races. You've had people. You had a McCain on there. You've had people on there before, and you ran them off. Mm-hmm. So the racist ones who want to stick to this, Whoopi and Sonny, and the, was it Bette Midler? What's her name? Yeah, broke-ass Bette Midler. Fire them and bring people in. Maybe you could get McCain to come back. She was a Republican.
You could almost feel the collective gasp. Suddenly, the Emperor had no clothes. Whoopi reacted like a seasoned performer. A long sigh, a slow tilt of the head, and that familiar "here we go again" buried just beneath the surface. Frustration burned. When challenged, they handled it with unexpected grace. Tyrus's restraint made every critique sting harder. He didn't chase attention. He let the truth do the heavy lifting. Each quiet remark landed like a shockwave, precise, steady, impossible to ignore. Their chatter faltered. Their laughter felt staged. Tyrus achieved the unimaginable, making The View seem small without raising his voice. With sly humor, he joked that the show's crowning achievement was turning daytime TV into jury duty. Fake, repetitive conversation that never ends. No names needed. The point was crystal clear. Soon Whoopi's eye rolls and Tyrus's calm grin were circulating all over the internet. A perfect snapshot of chaos unfolding live.
Problem is that you have to go after the racist people, and if be the CEO goes, you know what, I'm not going to allow a woman on my show, or man, that will go after white America and talk about them like dogs. That doesn't represent our ideals or values for anyone. And get rid of those people, and this will clear up real quick. So do you have to actually look in the mirror and clean up your own backyard and get the racist people out? Because that's who you allowed in. You allowed black racist on TV who could just go all day and say anything about white people. And I guess lo and behold, they forgot that there's a lot of people at home, white people at home during the day, that are not watching your show anymore. So just clean it up.
Yeah.
Tyrus must have savored every second. His entire point unfolded in real time. Not just proving him right, but showing it live. His impact didn't fade. It fed on tension. Much like toddlers thrive on attention, loud, exaggerated, impossible to ignore. Whoopi rose for one of her trademark "I've seen it all" moments. But even she looked drained. Maybe she finally realized you can't outsmart someone who wields humor instead of anger. The battle had already been lost. Then the real shift began. Tyrus didn't destroy the show. He revealed it simply by staying composed. By week's end, the panel tried to act like nothing had happened. But the truth can't be erased. Every mention of polite discussion reminded viewers of Tyrus's quiet, lingering roast. Their biggest mistake was broadcasting his full argument while pretending it hadn't landed. They had become the punchline, and Tyrus stayed calm, precise, and unmatched through the whole seamless takedown. Sometimes the loudest moment in a room is the silence that follows the truth.